Welcome to another edition of Sound Chat with Irish and Chin. Interviewing some of the legends, Kingston, Jamaica in the Garrison. Strictly sound system culture, living legend in the sound clash world. Original Joe Lickshot, Jimmy Metro, the owner of Metro Media. Man himself, Cutty Ranks.
Here we go, girl. No one time gone, it was misleading.
Chin.com. What's good? It's your boy Chin, and this is a very, very serious week, very serious edition. Right now I'm in New York City, in Bronx to be exact, and I'm sitting in the presence of one of the most important persons in the sound system culture, the legendary Tony Screw of the legendary sound system Downbeat The Ruler. Tony Screw, what's good?
Enough bless, man. Enough bless saying Irish and Chin that come. You don't know, says I honor every time with enough manner. You know what I mean?
If this world were only mine.
All right, that's it now. Hey.
If this world were mine, I'd make Downbeat the king, the top of the world. Steal all your girls. If this world were mine, I'll make Downbeat the king, king in the ring, Dubplates all the time.
Well, we're gonna get right down to it. For those of you who do not know, Tony Screw is single-handedly responsible for the development of the sound system culture in the US.
In the world, actually, you know, because, you know, yeah, it's in the US too and the world, and the reason for that, you know, don't we take it to a different direction, you know, to the era that I grew up in, and see some of the real part of the foundation coming up, and was very persistent, and that when I grew up, must have a sound and thing like that, and it was like a dream, you know, come to everything just come out today.
So let's take it from your arrival
Yeah.
in the US. What year?
1970, you know.
1970.
Born in St. Andrew, Jamaica, like a place named Papine, Tavern, Kingston 6, and was diverted to the USA in 1970, exactly November 1970.
When did you start the sound system in the US?
Actually, it's like 71, you know, but it actually endorsed officially 72, because that's when I was determined to do it on a legit reasons, like, and I say, through Sir Coxsone Clement, that used to have a sound in Jamaica named Sir Coxsone Downbeat and Sir Coxsone Roundbeat. I never know this man personally, I just like the man tune them. We make, because I have him tune them as Sufferers tune them. And I love the one drop sound and figure out say it will go far. So my idea is that if I do have a sound, I would like to call the sound Downbeat, because after a while Sir Coxsone wasn't playing again in the history of Jamaica. That sound had stopped playing. It was just strictly producing. I get the great opportunity to meet in 1972. And when I meet him, I tell him how much I really interested in his music and everything, you know, and I tell him, say I have a little sound and I want to call the sound Downbeat, and I like him endorse the name. And you know, him kind of said to me, say, yeah man, they endorse. And I said, no man, you have to do something, put me hand back or me hand migler or something. And I give him a pen and he just write Downbeat on it. I just stretch the Downbeat The Ruler. First it was Downbeat International, but after we say international, all of a sudden every sound starts international. I'm not, you know, I don't say that they're directly they follow me, but
it was a trend.
It was a trend.
It was a trend at that time.
And it was so many sound on the international, so I say, you know something, everybody's international.
Why? Oh, you want to come to challenge the champion sound Downbeat, who sound so sweet, who control the lane, main and street.
Hey,
sound
man.
white any girl off them feet.
Selector.
Kill sound, who skin them teeth. Generation, 20 screw to a sound boy. Step craft in us brown. Boom!
Year on, and 3 weeks after Mr. Dad go to Jamaica, I was very surprising. I get a first Dubplate from him in the mail, which was at that time that Dubplate come with 6 songs on it. I honor it up until today. And from there, so it just go on and was like a pressure pot to him.
What was? Could you tell us what the 6 songs were? Or do you remember?
Yes, man. One of them was Just Another Girl It Ken Boot. Rhythm track, and it wasn't song, it was rhythm. Because I had the song them already, I just wanted the rhythm them.
Okay.
And it was Just Another Girl It Ken Boot, Let's Fall in Love with the Ep tones, Smile with the Silver tones, and alternate this song named This Feeling of Love, and the next alternate named Land of Loving.
Alright, so it's 1972.
Yes.
You've been endorsed by Cox and Dad.
Yeah.
Right? So describe to me what was going on at that time now, because now you got the endorsement and you have a lead out now.
Well, at that time, Downbeat, at that time I didn't start the sound officially yet. I was just doing it as a joke because there was a few sound here that are common here in New York City, and such as one as name of Tippertone. That actually Mike used to play it, and he used to like him vibes, and certain things. Enough bad man follow that sound there and everything. It was like a man sound then. I play serious music, and I like them vibes, and we get to meet them in a record shop named Andy's in the Bronx, 169th Street in the Bronx. And by meeting up in a record shop, we buy a record every week, we just start talk about music and everything there. And when they start telling about certain tune, them say a lie me I tell, And I never live too far, so I'd have to walk or run to my house to go for the tune to prove it to them. So yes man, the artist they do 2 songs pan the rhythm, the other artists do the rhythm. So from this them cast, then start calling the dub master, and the trend will start going and I start the Mikey, the sound, and I work and time, then I go school. So it's like I give my little money as an investment because I have him as a youth I can play a tune. Play a tune. Some of that just be like a standby and really just give him tune and make him just go and mash up the place. But them nobody take it so serious and start learning out to record and Dubplate. I show him say brethren Dubplate can't learn out, And I just said go on till eventually that sound end up mash up. And we just go back for some of my tune when we get back and we get them. When we get the tune, we just tell them, say, I'll show no man run sound. See, and then we start build the next sound named The Burning Spear. Feel is a history about that sound because at that time, choose basement party. Every part where them get for play, film speaker them so big that them couldn't go into the basement then. So that was a total history, But it's some good trend Downbeat doing in the business for set the way they bring it up, and then when I take it up to myself now, remember when I go club, boring like Kelly say I come from yard of the roots and you go a club and you hear 5 reggae and you hear 20 calypso and you hear this whole like a disco and soul. So we would do our thing, I would start the thing, I'm going to dance and start so strictly rockers, strictly rubber dub, and when you go in a basement party them time, when you come out a peace smoke and daylight and different vibes until the whole crew start following and everybody start to say Downbeat. Them time when they know nothing when you radio, if you advertise for radio. And the print flyers, nothing, and them time there no flyers ever print with picture on it or nothing like that. And we just start print a little thing and then it's them start away as a downtown sound because them time we live downtown in the Bronx and you find it's a certain time uptown man never want to come downtown a dance and them thing there. We very call them trend there,
While you were being categorized as a downtown song, who was the sound system uptown?
I can tell you something. Something. I didn't remember some of the sound them up sound, but I remember some sound where you have a man named Sir Earlman and some you have a sound in uptown named Upsetter, and to be honest, the whole of them get cramped when Downbeat
come in.
Yeah, the whole of them get cramped.
Now Downbeat started categorized as a downtown sound and you start making your way uptown until you invade the whole
because
the whole demographic.
What we do, we bring a thing named unity. That's why I know so reggae music is so strong, and if people do it the right way, it can bring so much unity. You understand? Because most of the times if you realize when incident happen in certain session, you never hear it happen in a Rasta session, or you never hear it happen in a roots and culture session. That means for sure, so we have to present ourselves the right and proper way to the people. And the younger youth them can understand because I really find today at my era right now dealing in the business to see so much youth that honoring me now. And it make I feel so good in myself, you know, so boy I can really live to walk free on the street and see so much youth that yell me, some of them I don't know me and bring in record to show me and listen. It make me feel really worthwhile living.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you are definitely a living legend in the sound business that we know and love, right? So, for those who are not familiar with you, I just want to count down. I want to create like a timeline. Me and you sit here and create a timeline. So we're at 1972 when you invade the Bronx, right? Or you invade New York, or the US,
Yes.
we should say.
Yes.
Where did it go from there? Now that you've been going to these boring parties and you decide, say, you're not going to deal with the calypso, you're going to bring hardcore, rubber dub and reggae inside of these places where everyone is gathering. Where did it go from there? Now that Downbeat has the crowd and the following.
Yeah, well I think what really happened, you know, I love the business so much. And I think some of the people that was in New York City that know that Downbeat was such a great sound, them take Downbeat actually for granted, you know. I don't know if because I was like a corner youth or a everyday youth on the street or whatsoever it is, but for some reason them take Downbeat for granted, and people really used to come out and support the works that Downbeat do, because I remember the first time we decided that we're going to start bringing artists from Jamaica. And our first artist that were performing in America was like history, was Michigan and Smiley, and that was 1979.
1979.
And that was history from there. And from there we take it back and work with almost every possible artist in those times. Massive Dread, Hugh Brown, you know, name them, and then when they touch in the early 80s now, we start work with like Brigadier Jerry. We work with Brigadier Jerry. That these are international DJ, because actually it's like Downbeat actually responds for Brigadier Jerry career in America.
See.
Because Briggy used to DJ the song Downbeat in America.
Alright, so let's slow it down. When Downbeat started to use live artists, let's put the international artists away first. Who did you start out with? Local artists?
Yes, but we have a youth named Little Dread originally, and the next youth named Weber. And then youth there was early in the 70s, going up to the 70s, and a little youth named, a little youth to drop out named Rye, and them little youth they will come and drop out for what Downbeat bring, and them never last to the business. And we have a little nice DJ named Sanatone, and then youth they pass through. And then when they touch the earliest now, we found Sister Carol. You understand? We found Sister Carol and we found Reverend Badu.
Alright, no.
And then we found Shinehead.
And Shining.
Yeah.
Alright, so, and at this time, which were some of the sound systems that you were stringing up alongside or against in that era?
Yeah, man. In that era, we play with a sound. Well, first in New York, we play with a sound named General from Long Island. Was a very good sound. Turtle from Brooklyn.
And what were some of the artists that they had?
And some of the artists that them have, not to remember, but in those times, most of the sound them have, most of them artists, some of the sound like Turtle and them sound, maybe about a DJ named Outer Massey. Them are there from them time there. And we have Shined and Santa Rankin, and Shined and Santa Rankin, they take the place of Storm that even when we're playing a Jamaica sound, we never even need no big DJ for them youth that was just so advanced.
And that carried it,
And then Shine started to build the real love of New York, because a lot of people was encouraging Shine for DJ with Downbeat sound. And I tell him telling me, and I said to him that, well, you're going to stay on the second sound, yeah, and all the superstar then going to come on the sound, and that end up happening.
See.
So when Brigadier started come around, you know, Shining started to say, well, this is a teacher, and we'll come live to see Nicodemus pass through Super Cat.
Okay, so what year now are we when we were moving from only local artists to a mixture of local and international artists on Downbeat?
From 82 up.
82 up.
Yeah, from 82
All right.
up.
Go back in your memory and tell me your first dance with international artists.
First dance with international artist was Michigan and Smiley. 1979, a club named Jazz 2. 1979 in Jamaica, in the Bronx, and I forgot that dance. I cannot forget that dance because that dance is a dance where I remember Sugar Man make a song name, Mr. DC. To me, one of the wickedest, yes, coming from the country, and that song was actually Vice in '78, and Downbeat played for 1 year straight before it released. And I remember that night, it was coming on to Christmas when I played that song, when it played 9 times. And I got to Mr. Dad, studio one, at the time Mr. Dad at studio one at Brooklyn. And I went to Mr. Dad and said, Mr. Dad, release the tune. And I said to him, say, release the tune, Jackson, man. I said, Jackson, the tune mash up the dance last time. And I said, not only that, any tune I sing about ganja and certain things, most sell. And eventually the tune come out in '79 and the tune just started run. So Downbeat have a lot to do with that Sugar Man and tune for really make it go popular. Even though it's a tune where they have the feature and everything like to make it sell. But it was a dance that was so memorable with Michigan and Smiley and and that was one of my dance where me really idol. Another dance I'm idol very much too is 1984 in a club at 43rd Street in Manhattan, a club named Club Jamaica with Volcano and Downbeat. And that was I didn't want to tell you. Live artists.
Alright.
And yes, live
so
artists.
Who was on Downbeat that night?
Live artists we had Shinehead. We had Shinehead's sister Nancy and Johnny Ringo. Right? And Volcano had, I think he had a Cockatee, and he had Papa Ty and Shelly Thunder, and a couple other people. But that night, not calling any name to say, but I get really endorsed by some very important people in the business those times, because I bust 2 tunes that night at that dance that really turned over the place. And John Jalas himself come over and shake me and I say, yo, when you were there at Jamaica, you're a song I listen, you're wicked. Never forgot Fade Away that I played the night, and Far East with Barry Brown when I played those tunes that night and turned the place upside.
Fade Away with Junior Vibes.
Fade Away with Junior Vibes and Far East with Barry Brown, which is a tune that I can't tell you the history of that tune. Jojo Channel One, me was the man who encouraged him so much to release that tune, because that tune only used to sell on Dubplates. You could just go buy it, like certain tune you could just play popular with Dubplates in them time there, say you got Channel One and get them Dubplates.
Well, alright. Before we go any further, we're going to have to, I'm going to have to ask you to define dubplate.
Yeah.
Because when you're saying dubplate, no, I know what you mean, but somebody that is watching are going to feel like you're meaning dubplate as to what they have turned the meaning of dubplate to be in the modern time.
Okay. Well, in those times, when we say dubplate, we talking about actually a pre-release song.
Exactly.
Actually, before the song was actually released.
Exactly.
So it was just vice versa then. That was then compared to now.
Yeah,
vice
no name,
versa.
no song name,
no song name,
nothing.
No song name. But the reason why I usually praise those tunes a little bit more than and what we call special today, and I will explain that why I really praise it more. Because let's say you are a producer then, and you said to me that Downbeat, I give that tune a fuss, nobody else now play it for either 1 month or 2 months. That means your word against my word.
Right.
You can give me that tune and I can go and boast and say yes.
Nobody can play that tune.
But a DJ or a singer can give a special and say, I don't need that, you alone, I get this,
I'm going to give it to the next
and you
man.
go to the next man, you go tell her the next man says you alone, I play it, and you looking so embarrassed about it. So the difference between then and now, I would say, is more like the word, and not only the word, the money.
So in those times then, specials were the dubplates with the sound system name, right? Which nobody could play.
Right.
Like that's what it was, right?
Yes, and also different mix of the song. At that time, when you cut a song with a dubplate version, like for instance, then Michael Prophet have a song say, I wake up in the morning, what do I see, gunman? When you hear the version that released outside, it have a hands in it where, what's a hand in it. When you get the dubplate version, you don't hear no hands. It's a special mix.
It's a special mix.
So that's why in those times when you have some like Black Harmony, Harrows, and all them, Practical and all them sound, Emperor Feet, Great King Tubby's.
So, define to me what a special was in those days.
Yes, a special is like pre-release song that you alone could play, different mix, without actually your name calling in the special actually then.
So a special didn't have your name calling in it either?
No, because it's way later for that. As a matter of fact, I can tell you something.
So we're talking about two different eras then?
Yes, but I can tell you something. As a matter of fact, I can give you a little idea what I'm talking about. Back in the 60s, you know, I would say special create from those times, because Owen Gray did sing a song, say we are dancing on the beach with Sir Caxton playing, and that is a song that he actually made about
that
Sir
was
Caxton.
released.
That was released.
Right.
Now, Conquer Me with Delroy was told to me by Mr. Dada. Actually, trying to Conquer Me with Delroy is one of the most outstanding special ever making history that actually released on the street, because Conquer Me was made for like a special to play for a song,
right.
But it never say you try to conquer Sir Caxton, I never try to conquer Downbeat. It just say you're trying to conquer me.
Yeah.
You understand? So in those times, when you're playing a sound clash and you pick up a song like Conquer Me and say try to conquer me, that whole song can just turn the whole thing around, because it's like one of the biggest special ever make in the history of reggae business.
Which was actually a 45.
Which was actually a 45, but it did make as a sound tune, but release weeks after
as a regular 45.
song.
It would be quite similar to the tenor saw in the alarm song.
Yes.
In that same content.
In that same content.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're talking about dubplates, and we're trying to educate sound systems that definitely get this terminology mixed up. So and maybe I'm getting it mixed up as well. So I definitely need your help on this. A dubplate back in those days was just a pre-release song.
That's a pre-release song.
Before the producer releases the actual 45,
yes,
he might give it to one and two songs. And in order to give it to those 1 and 2 songs, they used to have to go to the studio and get it cut on a dubplate.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So in those times, the physical dubplate, the Transco dubplates them that we used to buy, we used to engrave pre-releases on them.
Yes, man, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
No. 45, no specials.
Yeah.
No, I want to be able to distinguish the special from the 45. So going a step further, you're saying no, that a special can also be a pre-release song, but a different mix of the song?
Yes, well, listen, put it this way. Any song sometime, can really take the market, because if you realize King Jammy's put out song that released that says King Jammy's
right
in the song. You know what I mean? So, other word, he could play those songs and it sound as King Jammy's, and he could play those songs as a producer.
Right.
King Jammy's. You understand? So, and people buy them. People buy them at a, mostly you'd find in club people buy them, or everybody buy those songs. But a special is something that when you really do a special, or an artist do a special for you, like Greg Isaac told me, he says, Downbeat, when I did this song for you, this is not a special, this is going to be like a sample. One way I say that a lot too, because usually to me, a sample is like when they actually giving you alone then.
Right.
You know? No, I use kind of almost the same error that I use when I talk and I introduce my song them. I have something in me that I think I'm the only one do it, that I say one sound only.
Right.
Now, if I know that it's 2 sound only playing that song, I will tell you say 2 sound or 3 sound in the world or 4 sound in the world. But when I tell you say 1 sound only, that means it's me alone have that 1 song.
Okay.
And to me, that became, because specialist, let me tell you, specialist, as you know, is completely different from 20 years ago or 15 years ago compared to
the
now.
terminology has changed. The terminology is the same, but the definition has changed.
Because like I go out and people ask me all kind of questions. Enough people ask me if I have Bob Marley special. People ask me out of me and Radigan who have more dead artists on special, and those things I don't elaborate upon to really say yes if I have more dead artists and Radigan or whatsoever it is, because I don't really proud to know that I have dubs and artists that That they, when I say feel proud, I don't use it as a direct weapon.
Right.
These are something that I love those artists before and grew up hearing those artists and say, me have to have a Alton Ellis and me have to have a Ken Booth and me have to this and my dreams come true to have them. Unfortunately, whosoever never live it out in life, we still bless them life and things like that. But this became an honor to Downbeat because Downbeat was thinking very far ahead in the music business. This is why I put so much rhythm on tape during the time before I could even get my first dub plate for go on a tape. I get it from Studio One on a tape or that tape or something. Because I says record is plastic and dub plate is iron. And one day it will get scratchy and it will get this. So I just start watch it and then I live to see as the city business change, modern technology and certain thing. I start with the same thing to by transferring from that to this, that to that and keep the trend going. So as long as I live and the trend of Downbeat going, I will keep up my rhythm, and up to date as long as I don't have no special, no tragedy or nothing that anything. But as long as I'm still alive, I'm gonna try my best to keep that,
keep
that
up
going.
with the technology.
And try to. What I try to do also, I try to tell the youth and the truth because I know one day in my life is I think I was put here for a special gift as I works in the business, like Bob Marley told me 1969, and I feel an only particular man tell me this from long time, say you have the gift feet, and it's like